Hello folks, I'm Craig from Brick Army Canada. Welcome back to the Toy Shed. Today we're going to look at some Panlos sets with a nautical theme. Panlos is a Chinese company. First ship we'll look at today is the DD-445 USS Fletcher. This is a World War II American destroyer that actually kind of held the Japanese at bay for a couple of years, especially in Guadalcanal, while the Americans rebuilt their naval fleet. That allowed the Marines to get a foothold on Guadalcanal and then start, once the U.S. Navy was, and the rest of the Marines were ready to start going island to island, they could follow up that island chain all the way to Japan eventually. So this is a pretty big ship. This is built in a scale of 1 to 180, somewhere between the COBI 1 to 300 sets and the more typical little minifigure of about 135 scale. So this set, like I said, is by Panlos. It's 1,338 pieces. The ship itself is 63 centimeters long, and the Fletchers, apart from their historical significance, are also a pretty well-armed ship. They had 2 main guns on the bow, another one center, and then 2 more at the rear, 2 sets of torpedo tubes, and then depth charges at the rear too. So this ship is well designed with an actual walk-around bridge out here, lifeboats. The hull shape is pretty accurate and looks good. And then it has a funny little built-in play feature for those of you who are interested. It's actually got wheels on the bottom and Technic gears, so that if you were to push it along on the floor, it's going to spin the propellers as it goes. So that all makes it a pretty fun set and very affordable. Next up is the Panlos close-in weapon system, which is another nautical theme here. This is the last-ditch attempt to shoot down missiles or drones or anything that was to get close to a naval ship. This is actually a Chinese one, whereas the American one looks more like an R2-D2. Again, this is by Panlos. We've got 1,087 pieces. This is the standard set, but I'm going to highly recommend that you buy it with the motors. And what we'll sell you is 3 CaDA motors, a battery pack, and a remote control, so that you can mount them inside here. It's all included in the instructions that the original set comes with, and you can actually have some fun with this. So what we'll do is open the back door here, where we're hiding the battery to make it easy to recharge. Turn it on, you should get a light there. There we go, flashing away. And then we just take a CaDA remote control, turn that puppy on. And so you can start by little elevation. It's got a very high rotation speed, and then we can get the Gatling gun spinning as well. So we need proper sound effects for that, but it makes it quite fun, and it's very well built. The plastic quality of this Panlos set, I think, would be improved from the destroyer that we just looked at. It has a few stickers on it, but not very many, and it's just a pleasure to build because, again, the plastic is sort of the closer, I'd say they've improved it, so it's closer to a Lego plastic. So that I think is $99. It's a steel. That's with the motors included. Let you look at that, and it's a pretty hefty set, but well built. Okay, the last little nautical thing I have to show you is, as you know, the COBI CaDA is coming out in another, we should have it within a month or 6 weeks, I think. So this time in the 1/300 scale, we are going to include a little free Elko PT boat that would fit perfectly with the Akagi and all your other COBI ships. You'll get your instructions by PDF and looks great. It's really neat to see the scale of what 1/300 means when you're building a COBI ship. And obviously COBI sells the great big PT 109 boats. So this is kind of fun to have as our gift for getting a pre-order in. Gives us a good idea of how many initial sets to bring in from COBI. Okay, on to some cars now. We've got a couple CaDA products. CaDA bricks are a joy to build with. The plastic is just the right amount of suppleness, and the quality is on par with Lego. So I highly recommend it. Let's take a look first at the Alfa Romeo F1 Team Orlean, and this car is a 1/24 scale. We've got a much bigger version we're out of stock of, but we'll be getting some more soon. This little guy goes for $21. It's a very high quality car. I haven't added the stickers to this one, but as you can see from the box art, the whole thing gets covered with stickers if you choose to when you build it. So this is a 1/24 scale, and just a delightful little set if you don't want great big ones on your shelves, or you want the price point. The quality even extends to the nameplate, where the car on there is actually embossed. There's a texture to it. It's just such a high-end product. Highly recommend. If you want to have a little fun with your cars, this is the 2008 Citroën C4, and this is an RC car. Unlike most of the other Lego cars out there, where you're putting the motors together, you often are trading, sort of sacrificing the complexity of building the individual motors, but the cars tend to weigh a lot and you're not going to get great acceleration out of them. This little, sort of painted up in Red Bull colors, this little Citroën, along with a few other ones in the series, have an actual RC body inside. It takes 3 AA's. It's got a little adjustment there for steering, and it comes with a special CaDA remote. It's nice in the hand, and this is only $39 for an RC brick built car. And you get the other ones. There's an Opal, and have a little race. Quite a bit of fun, and again, quality product. Okay, now we'll look at a couple airplanes. Again, a product from CaDA, so really high quality bricks. This is actually a Sukhoi 27 that the Chinese bought a few from Russia and then proceeded to copy it, just like a lot of other things in this world. So this is a beautifully built airplane with retractable landing gear. The missiles and stuff are brick built underneath, and the intakes, everything is really well put together. There's 2 of these. This is the J11. We also sell a J15, which can have some RC effects put in. So this one will go for $77. Just a beautiful airplane, and highly recommend it. For something just a little silly and fun, we have a series of 4 of these little, they call them chibi, which are sort of little egg-shaped airplanes. This is obviously an F-16 with the big intake underneath, and I got them because they're super cheap. They're $20, and they're sort of hilarious, especially if you put them next to a serious lineup of other airplanes, and then you've got a few of these little egg-shaped fighters. Good fun. Okay, we'll go for a walk next. Okay, next up is my work in progress here. Got a pretty small space to deal with, so we put together a basic outline of 2 tracks for the trains. What I first want to show you is the Canso by Wange. This is a wonderful model again. $35 for a Catalina, which I'm not going to take off the wall, but it's got the molded blister windows, engine nacelles, and then obviously the nose, which are actually still on the sprue when you buy them, and you've got to cut them off like a model and just smooth them out a bit, and then the rest of it is brick built. That's how they get those special shapes. In the middle there, we've got the Wellington, which is, I think, a 137 scale. So the new bombers that are coming out are going to be 148. So they'll actually be smaller than this two-engine bomber, and it's a heavy beast. Solid, beautiful design, but kind of tricky too, so it wouldn't be for young kids. And I've got to fill in some German planes coming, maybe a Stuttgart on the other side. We've got some CaDA supercars up there, and these are MOC ships that I'm looking at bringing in. The ones on the right here are actually called Tente. That's from the 80s. It was a Spanish Lego. There's a few more there. And these ones in the back here, though, are MOCs, and I'm looking at carrying those in the future to offer them. And down here we've got a Lego Emerald Knight hiding there in the shadows. The CaDA Tree Fort, COBI control tower from the Company of Heroes sets. And then this is a Mold King switching building that's got a full interior and comes with a track underneath it. So that's going to add to the little train city. There's an old Sesame Street and by Lego, and a CaDA, one of the little awesome little Japanese buildings. And there's an actual German live steam engine. We've got a few of the Muppets there, Beaker and the Professor getting ready to fire that up and probably explode something. So yeah, in time we've got a few more sets coming. We'll get some more CaDA sets in here and just fill it out so I can demonstrate it to you guys. Now, we haven't looked at the Slubin sets. We have a Kamov there. There's rotors being repaired. It's a K52 Alligator. Again, a really nice set. Good quality plastic, and the colors, especially on the hind, are really awesome. That's a highly recommended one. I recommend you pick up. There's a COBI Huey, and that is also a Slubin Humvee. Since we can't seem to get one from COBI, this is a nice little simple model. T90, its barrel's being worked on. That's by CaDA. And there's a BMP by Slubin, and that is a Xingbao Flakpanzer Gepard built on a Leopard chassis, which we also sell and highly recommend. Especially we have some specialized vehicles from the German Army. Well, that's about it for today, and we'll make another video when we've got some more stuff to show you. Cheerio, and have fun building.